Thank you for visiting our channel. Make sure you subscribe and don't forget to like, give us your thumbs up, and please share in the news. Wike said we have complicated issues here. He's lamenting over state of security health sector in FCT. We have complicated issues here. Wike laments over state of security health sector in Federal Capital Territory FCT. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has called for urgent and coordinated national intervention regarding the worsening security and healthcare challenges in the nation's capital. Naija News reports that during the 2025 budget defense at the Senate on Wednesday, Wike explained the critical role of Abuja as a seat of power and diplomatic hub, which demands a unique and strategic security arrangement. Wike stated that the FCT administration is already engaging national security institutions, such as the Office of the National Security Advisor and the Department of State Security Services, to ensure stronger coordination. The minister said the issue of FCT cannot be handled in isolation, stressing that there should be a joint summit that brings together stakeholders from the security, health, and administrative sectors. Wike further announced the procurement of advanced MRI and CT scans for FCT hospitals. He said, "You cannot talk about autonomy in a city where the president resides, where the Inspector General of Police, the National Security Advisor, and every corporate head of the country operate from. The security of this city is not something we can handle alone. This city requires total security architecture because of its national importance. We have begun serious collaboration with national security agencies. We can't afford failure in this area. The issues we face here are complicated and cannot be solved in isolation. I need a coordinated effort that brings all stakeholders together." Wike also decried the non-functional surveillance infrastructure in Abuja, attributing it to political roadblocks and administrative bottlenecks. He lamented, "You wonder why we still can't have effective CCTV coverage in the capital. Sometimes it is internal politics and sometimes it is outright sabotage. Even when projects are approved, you find people who deliberately frustrate implementation." Addressing demands for greater autonomy for the FCT, Wike urged caution, explaining the legal complexities involved. He added, "The FCT is not like any other state. You don't have a House of Assembly here. Our laws are made by the National Assembly, and this setup is by design and cannot be wished away." Those were some of the submission of the former governor of Rivers State and the current FCT minister when he went for the budget defense of his 2025 year estimated budget, even in the National Assembly. And some of the things that came up was a question that was asked about the effort of the Wike's administration as the minister and the Minister of State that came with him in the FCT by Senator Ali Ndume, who is asking questions as regards the security. And he made mention of the fact that we can do more on the security of the FCT. Even another Abdul Ningi, also a senator, made mention of the fact that they can begin to put police at every 200 meters block, just to make sure they increase and improve on the security of the FCT from 6 p.m. in the evening to 6 a.m. in the morning before those people will leave the place. And also they spoke about the issue of CCTV camera all over Abuja, and then the control point will be with the Inspector General of Police, that probably at the police headquarters. These are the things that came together as regards security, and knowing fully well about the issue of security in Nigeria. And though Nigeria has not gotten there, we're still evolving because we are fighting insurgencies. There's Boko Haram, there is cattle rustlers, there is old secessionists. There are even, ritual killers, kidnappers, and the likes. But right now, Wike now is responding because FCT is a federal capital territory. He is serving there as a minister, not a governor. And because he's not serving as a governor, he couldn't have his own House of Assembly whereby he's going to approach and speak to and then be able to take care of the whole federal capital territory. But he needs to come to the National Assembly, which is by camera. You first go to the House of Assembly, the House of Rep, then go to the Senate again. Then he will need to lobby, and then also he doesn't have the finance. He will still go to the president, who happen to be his principal, to get approval for so many things. And in this regard, it is even difficult because it is security. He is a minister. There is a minister for defense who should be in charge of also security, and they are all together in Abuja. And the president too, who happen to be the commander in chief of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the chief, security officer of the whole nation. And as a result of that, Wike, a minister under him, cannot categorically, begin to make plans as regards securing the president when the national advisor, security advisor is there, the minister, the defense chiefs, they are also there, the inspector general of police happens to be there, and also the DG for DSS is also there, all of them together in Abuja. And all these things coming together, it's going to be a complicated issue for Wike. So the only solution he could provide as regards the matter is that the stakeholders should come together and sit down and then have a coordinated national intervention as regards in this worsening security situation. Even as regards the issue of healthcare too, there is a Ministry of Health, because a particular hospital was mentioned in Asokoro, but funny enough, it's under the purview of the Ministry of Health. But there is another, hospital that is Aso Council City Hospital that is under Wike, in which is specifically said that the CT scan and the MRI that the senator spoke about that were not there has been approved for them to, get it. So there are so many intricacies when it comes to the FCT administration that Wike is trying to project and help the senators to really understand. Of course, I know they do, because the issue of lobbying and lobbying upon lobbying before signing things are, gotten out because of the bureaucracy is affecting so many things. But true to in reality, it's impossible for Wike to single-handedly. In fact, it's going to even take a little, effort for him. It can only take a little space to work on security architecture of the country, of the FCT, because the president is the one that is, in charge of FCT in the real sense. He only gave Wike to oversee for him. So he, as a supervisor, must report even to his boss, and all other ministers happen to be his colleagues in the security architecture to work together. But if they decide to do this thing, it's going to take Nigeria to a greater height and tighten the security of FCT, and Nigeria will be better for it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Remember to like and make sure you share. Thank you.